can't see you. I'm all of a thingy. Oh, am I there? Oh, I'm just trying to put that blind down. I can't see it very well. See if that's any better. Oh yes, that's better. I can see a bit better now. Yes, I can. Good morning, little folk. No, I recognise that t-shirt. It's a very good t-shirt. A miracle worker, that's what you are. A miracle worker. How you doing? Eee, I don't know what to do today, does it? My word, honestly. Here you all are, coming along. Very nice to see you all. Oh, so I don't know whether I want my cardigan on or not, because I've been sitting a while doing this and doing that and doing the other. So anyway, hey ho, here I am. I hope you're all well. It's good to see you. Can you see me? Because I think it's just the way I've got the phone today. No, that's no better at all, Wendy. That's it. Morning, Margaret Bowler and Lynn Sabin. Good to see you guys. I'm Peggy Davis. You're there too. I can see you. Yes, yeah. You're not up there and be scrolling, but we're all okay, thank you. We're all doing very well. The health visitor's coming this morning to see the boy, the Carter boy. Oh, he is long now. Yes, he's very lovely. Yes, we're very blessed with all our children till we get to the teenage years. And then it's a bit of a different story, but we won't go into that this morning. Oh, good morning and welcome to St Paul's Facebook page. If you haven't been here before and you don't know me, well, my name's Wendy Murphy. I'm full-time minister at St Paul's in Carlton, and that's at the bottom of Carlton Hill. And if you're still struggling, it's on the right-hand side as you come down. It's the great big building. It's massive, and we're facing, well, we're adjacent. I don't think you could call us facing, but we're adjacent. We're opposite where Tesco's is. So if you look to the left, you'll see Tesco's, and if you look to the right, you cannot miss us. You cannot miss the building. Good morning, Lorraine, and good morning, Pat Sprout. Yeah, and oh, look at this hair. It's long, long, long. I've got a hair appointment on Monday. How exciting is that? The first one since February, I believe it is. Yes, it's it's far too long ago. It is. So, yeah, so I'm going on Monday when they're allowed to open up again. So, well, she doesn't open up, she's mobile, but it will be great to see her. It will. So, if you're in any doubt where we are, as I say, we're opposite Tesco's. It's the 1st of July. The 1st of July, can you believe it? Now we're into the 7th month. Where is this? I said this last week, didn't I? I just don't know where the days are going. Do you know we're on 100 days today of lockdown? I know it's been lifted a bit here and there, but it's all airy-fairy, isn't it? I don't know about you, but I have no idea what is going on with 1 metre, 2 metre, what's opening, what's not, and some pubs are opening and some pubs are not. Oh, dear. No. I've delivered as many newsletters even as I can. And there are a couple of leftover that I need to drive to them. And so if you are one of those people that think you might like to have a newsletter and you haven't had one yet, or you know someone, because I think, Lorraine, you've probably not got one because I haven't delivered one through your door. But if you know someone who would like a newsletter, we've got a few left over. And so that would be great to not have them left over, really, isn't it? You know, to use everything up. So, oh, I'm glad you can see me because I feel like we've got lots of stuff going on. I've got some shadows behind me, and I've still not got my bookcases in because I've been far too busy, but they'll get here one fine day. And actually, I quite like this space and this bit of feels like a bit of freedom and a bit of space. So, yeah, I know exactly where the books are, so I can go and find them if I want. And if you've been into my living room, And upstairs in my bedroom, you'll know exactly where my books are. Indeed, eh? So, if you want a newsletter, just let me know. In any one of these pages, St Paul's Facebook or my Facebook, or email me, or you can do something really novel and you can give me a call. We don't really do much of that, do we, these days? It's texting and email, and when all else fails, we go over to Zoom, don't we? And we Zoom our way around meetings and Bible studies and things. Good morning, Eileen Brown, you're in Skeggy, Vegas. And can you ask your June to inbox me her address, not on here, on my own personal Facebook page, Eileen, because then I don't have to scroll through everything, and I'll pop her a newsletter in the post, because she did ask for one, so I can do that. I hope, is it raining down there, Eileen? Because it's a bit out here today. I'm not sure whether it's still raining, but it's certainly rained a bit, I think, in the wind, that horrible fine stuff that wets you through. So, however you want to contact me, please do. I'm here. I'm mostly chained to the Metal Monster, unless I'm walking the dog or I'm delivering newsletters, which is welcome relief. And occasionally I get to see folk at the gate, which is lovely. And I had a little word with David Redall yesterday, and who else? Avril, I saw just very briefly at the door. And good morning, June Smith. Good to see you. I don't know what to make of the news, do you? I can't make my mind up whether it's true, whether it's fake, whether the beaches are full, or whether they're not full. Eileen, you might be able to tell us if there's anybody on the beach today. I see you had a lovely windy day on the beach the other day, which is blows cobwebs away, if nothing else, doesn't it? That news, though, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because when we look at the news, we see people with different goals, don't we? They want different things, and then we have to make up our minds, don't we? Is this true? Is it fake? Is it just like it's being portrayed, or is it a different way? And when we see, according to the news, morning Donald, that we have different goals, it's difficult to achieve all that we all want to achieve. It would be so much easier, wouldn't it, if we all stopped swimming against the tide and learned to swim together. I think as human beings, we are our own worst enemy, aren't we? And you've only got to look at the litter that's around and about, haven't you? People are washing their hands like mad, but they're forgetting to pick up their empty bottles and their lunch picnic wrappers, aren't they? If seeing is believing, of course. So the swimming together doesn't look very much like it's going to happen any day soon. Leicester, as you will well know, is in complete lockdown again. Oh dear, how difficult is that? All those shops have got ready and now they've got to get unready. It sort of feels like, doesn't it, that there could be some storms brewing, couldn't they? Even more so, about all sorts of things. And I don't think there'll be storms in teacups either. It's a tough one when you're in a tough situation and you feel like you're not being heard. And that's for all different sorts of reasons. And there's no rain, Eileen says, and the beaches are empty. And Margaret Bowler says, hello, Donald and Mum. Go up there a bit, that's it. So I was thinking about storms as I was thinking about what I was going to speak about this morning, and I was thinking about, there's a story in the Bible, in the second part of the Bible, which is, of course, the New Testament. And there's a story about the disciples being in a storm, you know. They were in a boat, and as they got further out, they could see some dark clouds brewing, and a storm was going to come, and they were very frightened because there certainly was not a storm in a teacup. So it might have looked, I've got a picture for you this morning, tell me if you can see it. So if I need to hold it a different way, maybe. Is that all right? Can you see it? So it's a picture of a really stormy sea. Yeah. And down here, you can see some little boats, and you can see some really big waves that are coming to engulf the little boat. So I wonder if it was a bit like that for the disciples. Now, this is by a Russian guy, and I'll put that down. This is by a Russian guy called Ivan Avioksky. Oh, Pat, you pronounce it so much better than me. Anyway, he's a Russian guy. You can look him up online. This is called The Wave. And the thing that's striking about this particular painting, as are all his paintings, they're really big. So this one, if you go to the St. Petersburg Museum there, you will see this one actually hangs on the wall up a bit, Lynn says. So this one actually hangs on the wall in the museum in St. Petersburg, and it's 10 foot high by 6 feet wide. And people say when you go and see this picture, it's a bit like being drawn. Are you impressed this morning? It's a bit like being drawn into the picture. So there's a lady, look, and she's looking up at the painting, and that's her. She's probably about the same size as me, maybe. And it's 10 foot high by 6 foot wide, and it's all these. Oh, Lynn says up a bit. So have I done it? Have you seen the picture? Can you tell me whether you've seen that one? Oh yes, up a bit. I can do it now. Look, Lynn, there you go. Can you see? That's better, isn't it? That's better. So there's the waves, look, crashing down. Yes, that's it. Got it. I'm getting there, slowly but surely. And Lynn Faulkner, guess what? I've printed these off. I've found them on Google, and I've actually sent them to my email and printed them off. So round of applause, please. Round of applause, everyone. This untechnical person. So there's the waves, there's the boat. Maybe they wouldn't have been quite as big as that. Maybe they just felt like they were as big as that. And then there's the lady. Ooh, there's the lady standing by the 10 foot by 6 foot picture. And what they say is about this painting, it's not a picture, what they say is about this painting is that you're drawn into it because it's so huge. You look at it and you study it and you actually become part of the scene. It's so mesmerizing. So I wonder if they were that big for the disciples. I think it happened on a lake, so I'm not sure whether and it sort of was really calm, and then all of a sudden, thank you, Pat, lots of applause. I don't think I'll get any gold stars for the pronunciation of the guy, but you can find him. It's got some beautiful paintings as you have that moment to look. It's amazing what you can find. So anyway, I wonder if they were that tall for the disciples. But maybe they were thinking, well, we're not scared. We're not scared because we've got Jesus with us. And so all's going to be well because Jesus is here, isn't he? He's right here in the boat. What have we got to be afraid of? Morning, Judy. And so they look round as the waves start getting higher and higher. And Jesus is fast asleep in the boat. For goodness sake, what is going on? So they look at him and they look at the waves getting higher and higher, and surely they're going to capsize. Surely the waves are going to come right over them. And so they all scream in unison. They all scream together, Lord, we're going to drown. I think we can sometimes be forgiven, can't we, for thinking that Jesus is asleep on the job when we go through our storms, that he hasn't got his finger on the pulse. And it's hard for us sometimes, including me in our humanness, in my humanness and your humanness. It's hard for us to believe it when Jesus says, I've got this. Have you really? Jesus, have you really got this? Do we really believe that? What about when you feel out of your depth? Do you feel like you're in the deep end with no life jacket, frantically flaying about like me when my feet when the floor of the swimming pool, or I don't go in the sea, but when the floor of the swimming pool just isn't there anymore, I'm like, I'm panicking. How do I get to the side? How do I get to the side? Oh my goodness. So I start not frantically laying about in the swimming pool, because that won't be proper, would it? And if we just take a moment and just think, how am I going to, there's no floor on the bottom of the swimming pool, so what do I do now? Well, if you thinking about it, you swim, don't you? And you keep swimming, until you get to the other side, and you do that as calmly as you can. Because if we're calm, you will hear the words that Jesus spoke to the disciples. Fear not, he said. 2 words. Fear not. And if we're in that, I know it's hard. I know, guys and gals, I know it's hard to stay calm when you're in the middle of a storm, not just when the floor leaves you in the swimming pool, when you're in the middle of a storm, when you feel like it's all crashing in around you, then it's hard, isn't it, to hear Jesus saying, fear not. Or you might hear him say, I've got this. I saw a wonderful thought on Facebook. It's good, sometimes, isn't it? It's just a bit of fun. If we treat it like a bit of fun and have a laugh with it, I think, and encourage each other on it. I think it's a really good platform. It's a really good tool. So I saw this on Facebook on Monday, and I shared it, so it might sound familiar to you. So it's a wonderful thought from Facebook on Monday, and I always want to share my good thoughts because I want to encourage you, just like you encourage me with different things as well. Yeah? Good morning, Jim Brown. Inbox me your address, please, on my own page, on my own page, please, and I'll send you a newsletter. Okay. So this little thought that I saw, you'll like it a lot. So, do you feel like you're drowning? Well, don't you know who your lifeguard is? Your lifeguard, if you know Jesus, your lifeguard walks on water. So if you feel like you're drowning, remember, your lifeguard walks on water. It don't get no better than that, people. It's when we do things in our own strength, isn't it? I'm included in this. When we venture into those deep waters before we are ready, or we have made a foolish decision without consulting God, when we've gone off that, my will be done, not his will, or when we're praying, your will, Father. It's when we get into that mindset, my will be done. When we take our eyes off the lifeguard and think that we know best, that's when we start to sink. When we've taken our eyes off Jesus, our lifeguard. I mean, when you've got a prime example in Peter, haven't you? Yeah? Morning, Julie Dennis. You've got a prime example in Peter, because Peter is walking on water. Jesus is saying, come on, over here. And he does it. And he's doing the same as Jesus is walking on water. And then he gets all, ooh. He takes his eyes off Jesus, he shifts his focus. Down he goes. The floor's gone. Back in the swimming pool. So it's important to keep our eyes, to keep your eyes on Jesus. It's important. When he shifted his gaze, when he lost focus, he sunk. Sometimes we just have a bit more than a storm in a teacup, don't we? And at times like these, I think, when we're on that Corona coaster, when we feel like we're up the creek without a paddle, when we feel overwhelmed, we feel like we're being engulfed by the waves and we can't breathe, and we feel like we're never going to surface. Oh, good morning, Pete Murphy. So in those times, I want you to think about shouting out like the disciples did. Save us! What are you doing over there sleeping? Save us! Shout out, just like those disciples shouted out. Or you can use your own words, whatever feels right for you. And then it changes, doesn't it? Because the lifeguard comes, he comes and he scoops you up, and suddenly you feel in the eye of the storm. Now, I know I don't have to tell you that the eye of the storm, calm, totally still. And in that stillness, you can find rest. Good morning, Ailey Murphy Anderson. So the lifeguard comes and he scoops us up, and in that moment, we're still, aren't we? The arms aren't flaying because we're being held. We're being comforted. So arms around us. Our lifeguard is here. And we can rest in the eye of the storm that is completely, totally still. And it's there when we are completely and totally still. As we accept that Jesus is there to save us, both physically and spiritually. So he wants to save our bodies, and he also wants to save our souls, doesn't he? That's what he's in the business of. So when Jesus puts his arms around us, he will be our life jacket. So our lifeguard comes with his life jacket. Now, he knows exactly what life jacket's going to fit you, and he knows exactly what he's going to do for you, so that he knows exactly what, because what he does for me, Wendy, he won't do for Lynn Faulkner or Lynn Sabin or anyone else, right? He will tend you uniquely for your need, because that is who he is. That's what he does. Bear with me one moment. I have to say hello to Elias, because he keeps saying hi to me here, and he can't understand why I'm not answering. So just talk among yourselves for a moment. Hey, Gringo! Hello, Gringo! That's his pet name. That's what Kelly calls him. So we all call him Gringo. Hello! Are you going to have a sleep in a moment? Yes? Are you answering, Mama? Are you answering, Mama? Yes, you need to tell me. You have to tell Grandma that she needs to You need to answer. She needs to answer on your behalf. Love you, Gringo. Mwah. Blow kisses back. Blow kisses back. I'm going to carry on now, Gringo. You'll still be able to see me. So we're all in the same storm, in actual fact, especially at this moment in time. We're all in the same storm, but we're all in different boats, aren't we? All our needs are different. And Jesus will tend that need in the best way for us. We have to remember to stay focused, to keep our eyes, my eyes, your eyes on Jesus. And it's so hard when we're in the storm to do that, isn't it? So hard. So when the time is right, because there will be different times for all of us, we can each emerge from our own individual storms, confident, our eyes on Jesus, that he is going to tend our every need, because that's what he promises. The eye of the storm, that calm, that stillness will be with us as we venture into new waters. We're all in them, aren't we? We've been forced into them, haven't we? And now we have to learn to swim a new way, a different way. Hopefully, we will all swim together. Remember that the lifeguard is not just sitting there. He's not a sitter-downer. He's not a bystander. He's just watching and waiting. He's got his eye on us all the time, just like a human lifeguard. He's there watching and waiting. And when he's by our side, when we have him in place, you know what? We can ride those waves like a pro surfer. We can get up there and we can roll with them. Just like when we watch the surfers, when we sit on the beach. Some of you might surf, might have surfed, not me. I like to watch it. But in our mind's eye, we can be those pro surfers, can't we? We can ride those waves. Even when, because they will again, you know, even when they threaten to overwhelm us, when they're, here they come again. We raise our heads and we look for the lifeguard who will bring us the life jacket. So when we finish going off and doing stuff for ourselves and we scream for the lifeguard, he dives in and lifts us up. And just like those disciples who shouted out for his help, maybe you have no energy left to shout. Then raise your hand. Jesus will see it because he has eyes and ears. If you feel like you are swimming against the tide, he will come and rescue you. He will hold you until you are ready to swim again. Sometimes we're just in the shallow end, doggy paddling, even treading water. All that is excellent, because you know when we're doggy paddling and you know when we're treading water, we're still moving, aren't we? And you will remember that Jesus calmed the storm with a word. Actually, it was 2. Be still. Hush now, the door's being seen to. Never work with children and animals. Never work with Eliases and Rubies. what we like. Maybe that's the message this morning. Be still. Stop flaying about like you have all the answers. You aren't supposed to have all the answers. That's why we've got Jesus. Jesus wasn't bothered one bit by the storm. He was sleeping. And when he woke up, he knew he had authority over those waves. He said, be still. He can have authority over your life. Done. He can have authority over your life too. Shh. You can shout those words. Save me. Or just wave your hand. Let him be your life God today. I think we still need to stay home. We still need to stay safe. And we still need to stay well. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and all those you love and care for and cannot see at this moment. The Lord be gracious to you and give you his peace. We ask for this blessing in the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Amen. I'm still staying on. I'm going to find a coffee. I haven't got one yet. But I'm going to find a coffee and I'm happy to be here and to chat a little bit longer. And if you want to stay on, that's fine. If you've got things to do, that's also fine. Thank you for pressing your button and being with me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Because you're just as much of an encouragement to me, you know, because we're all in this together. We're all in this boat together. I'm going to get the coffee. I'm still on here. Put that over there, out of the way, and I'm back. I'm back. Let's wait for the kettle. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah, it's a great story. It is. Yeah. Good old Ruby. I know I've trained her all morning to bark at that precise moment when we shout or wave a hand or even bark like a dog. Whatever. Whatever the noise is. Jesus hears us, doesn't he? Elias. Oh, yes, she looks after Elias all the time, and when she doesn't, I do. Which isn't very often, I hasten to add. No, not at all. In fact, I don't think I've had him, have I, since schools have broken up? No, but I have had him occasionally. Yeah. Thanks, Lynn. Thank you. I know. I really enjoyed sorting this out for you this morning, especially with the pictures as well. Because I think, pictures really help us to put things in perspective. If you look at the Good News Bible, it's got those little sketches in, hasn't it? And it really is, really does just sort of help you. I know one of the kids had a Bible when they were confirmed, and they've got proper beautiful coloured pictures in, really lovely, just to help us along the way, really. And they, it just helps us, doesn't it? What is it? A picture's worth 1,000 words. Maybe that goes well for actions too, isn't it? Maybe that is what it is. Anybody got any plans today? I think I've got any. I'm pre-recording the service on Monday, so I need to get my little act round because I'm preaching on Sunday. So, bless you, you'll be listening to me twice if you're tuning in. Sunday at 10 and then me again at 11. Lynn Faulkner, it's called The Wave. I think somewhere it's called The Wave. It's from 1889. And what he used to do is go and he'd see it, and then he'd go back to his workshop. When he'd seen what he was going to paint, he'd go back to his workshop and do it all from memory. It says here. So he did this 10 foot by 6 foot painting that was just all from memory that he'd seen. And he is Ivan, A-I-V-A. You just made me giggle, Lynn Faulkner, because I was trying to think of, let me take a breath, hyperbole. And I was thinking when I was trying to say this to myself this morning, I don't know. Anyway, it's A-I-V-A-Z-O-B-S-K-Y. Avioski, I think. And it's been bequeathed to St. Petersburg. All of his paintings have, apparently. And they're in St. Petersburg for us all to see. Yeah, it does look pretty amazing, doesn't it? That does from there, look. You see the size of her and the size of the painting. I'm really drawn to water and sky, as you know. I am really drawn. I love water and sky. I don't particularly like water much, but apart from doing what I've got to do, but I like, I love it. I love to look at it, and I love to be, and it's called The Wave. I think somewhere I've seen it called The Ninth Wave, but anyway, it's The Wave. I think you'll find, well, that's what I typed in anyway. It was. And this was from, I'll tell you where I got this idea from. On Monday morning, what I've done, I've signed up. It was up on Facebook, and I signed up to where in your inbox, in your emails, in your inbox, you have a picture every day with a little bit of writing about whose it is and why it is. And then there's a little reflection as well. And so the storm really caught my imagination on Monday, and I thought, yeah, and it was, all tumbling out, and I thought, I need to talk a bit more about that, and because, like I say, I'm fascinated by pictures, by paintings and pictures. It's fascinating. Well, you're all very quiet this morning. Let me have a look. Good to be with you all anyway. I'm sure you're fading fast now. You are. You're fading fast. Down you go. I know, we've got things to do, haven't we? I don't think I'm doing much more today. I'll probably be here a little bit longer. Have another go at my little talk. I'm telling you what it is, you'll have to tune in 10 o'clock. Pre-recorded service, and then me at 11. So it's 10 o'clock for pre-recorded, and then it's 11 o'clock me live, like I am here now, on Wednesdays and Sundays at 11. So I wonder if anybody is thinking about, thanks Pat, or wondering how good it is to have Jesus as our life God. Thank you. So in case you were wondering, or other people who haven't come up, were thinking about and wondering when the church was going to open, we're still in the not yet mode. Okay, when we open the doors, I want us to be as much together as we can. So I know some churches have opened for private prayer. I don't want to do that because there's a lot of our people that wouldn't be able to come through the doors yet. And so that just doesn't feel right if we're together as the family of God. So, you know, we need to wait and see what this month brings, I think. Oh, off you go now then, Jim Smith. You can now go and see Mike for half an hour twice a week in the pub. How fantastic is that? This woman, she's a marvel. And it is better than nothing. You're so right, June. You are an absolute marvel and testament to that in sickness and in health. You have lived out those vows. Bless you. That's a mighty storm, hasn't it been, June? And you're still here, telling your tale. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Who have we got left? I think Peggy's still with us. And Margaret says, and Pat says, send our love to Mike, June. Of course, send all our love. We pray for you every day. And for Mike. Peggy, we will look forward to Zooming tonight with Bible study. Good, good. It'll be good. When all else fails, Zoom. Take care, Peggy. God bless. Oh, good morning, Heather. Good to see you. That little girl. What a beautiful thing she is. Beautiful little girl. Has she managed to crawl yet? All right, Lynn. See you Sunday, both times. God bless. Take good care. And don't forget, I roll on. Unfortunately for you guys and gals, I roll on. So I know it comes on immediately that I've gone off, because it comes straight back on my phone. So I know you can pick it up throughout the day, which is great, isn't it? It's just great. And that also happens, you can pick up our pre-recorded service as well at any time, which is also great. We're very blessed at St Paul's to have all those amazing people. It's a great team, and you're a great bunch of people for the team to preach and lead and pray to and with. Oh, you're fading fast now. Oh, there you go. Don't forget, we're here on Sunday, 10 o'clock pre-recorded, 11 o'clock me live. God bless everybody. Take good care. Stay safe. Stay well. And if you can, stay home. Bless you, Pat, for your encouragement.